Hey guys, welcome back to another update of my portfolio. Today we're going to go over my total dividend income for last month. I know the title says this month, but February isn't quite over yet, so this is the total income for the month of January 2024. And I think this actually might be the biggest dividend month ever for my portfolio. Now, just a quick reminder that my portfolio isn't purely focused on dividend income. As some of you might know, my focus right now is investing in some of those large cap, fast growing tech companies or just high growth companies. But for the most part, I do make sure to invest in companies that pay a dividend, whether it's 0.5% or 10%, to fuel that growth and of course receive passive income to reinvest or buy other stocks to add to my portfolio. So with that being said, let's jump into my total dividend income for the month of January. Also, we're about this close to 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to follow along on this investing journey, then make sure to subscribe. So starting at the beginning of the month, we got 2 dividends from Oaktree Specialty Lending, which I've actually sold out of since. Now that it's the beginning of the year, I have been doing a little bit of selling here and there. So with those 2, it's a total of $4.34 to kick off the month. These next 2 are some of my favorite monthly dividend ETFs to invest in. They're both JEPI and JEPQ. These are the JP Morgan covered call ETFs that, again, pay out every single month. And I've been averaging around $20 a month from these 2 funds. So I got $12 from JEPI and another $16 from JEPQ. And if you have been following my channel for a while, you'll know that these 2 are probably the most talked about on my channel because obviously I really enjoy investing in them and continuing that dividend snowball from that monthly income. But since the market has been rallying recently, I haven't been buying too much into these 2 ETFs. I've been mostly trying to buy them when they're a little bit lower in price. I do believe that the market right now is fairly overbought, so I'll be buying these 2 ETFs more aggressively each month when the market sort of cools off and drops back down a little bit. Going up, we have a 35-cent dividend from SCHG, the Schwab Growth ETF, and then another dividend from VICI, which I've also sold, and I know that some of you avid dividend investors might be wondering why. And I don't have a very good reason other than I have been doing some rebalancing to my portfolio, so I've been selling out of a few kind of slower growing dividend paying companies. And I can always buy back at a lower price if I want to with VICI, but as of right now, I have sold out and moved the profits into other stocks and ETFs. These next few dividends are from another company that I talk quite a bit about on my channel. They're from Petrobras, or PBR. I do own PBR.A, which pays a little bit more in dividends. These are the preferred shares. And this company has just been paying out massive dividends as well as a growing stock price. So their returns have just been insane for Petrobras. And I'll continue to hold this company as oil and gas are booming and reinvest those huge dividends. So that's another $200 from Petrobras. This next one is a $3.10 dividend from QQQY. That's another covered call dividend ETF. Then we have a $14.52 dividend from Pepsi, which actually hasn't been doing very well this year. All the soda companies have been pretty flat for over a year now, but regardless, we still love those consistent dividends. Then we have TSLY, which I made an entire video about pretty recently on my channel, and sort of why I'm selling. It wasn't necessarily an ETF I was planning on holding long term. It was honestly kind of experimental. And I'm probably selling at the bottom, but I'm not super bullish on Tesla, especially in the short term. And if I want to, I could always buy back Tesla at a lower price or just down the road if I decide. But again, as of right now, I am selling out of this ETF after the next monthly dividend here in a couple days. Making our way towards the top, we have an 81-cent dividend from Quanta, then a huge dividend from Costco at $103.34. Now this dividend from Costco is actually really interesting. It's what's called a special dividend, meaning Costco investors didn't necessarily expect this dividend, but it was sort of our reward from Costco because they had so much excess cash flow and did so well last year that they decided to pay out a sort of unexpected dividend to its investors. So that was really nice. It was a $15 per share special dividend. Now finishing out the month, we have a 30-cent dividend from Intuit, 2 dividends from Progressive totaling $1.67. Then the last one was 98 cents from SPYI. So with all these added up, it's a total of $424.14, which is the most I've ever made in dividends from this portfolio. And it should continue to go up every month as I'm reinvesting the dividends, as well as buying additional shares. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update of my portfolio and some of the dividends I've received, and I'll see you next time.